Hey guys, welcome back to another video tutorial on FreeNAS. In today's video, I'll show you how to install Nextcloud and how to enforce the HTTPS. So by default, the Nextcloud plugin officially provided in FreeNAS. It not enforcing HTTPS that security concerns, because if you're setting up everything and your data transfer from your phone or computer, whatnot, it's gonna be transferring using plain text. Everybody that tap to your network and running what you call it, packet capture, they can see everything in plain text. So I'll show you how to enforce the HTTPS. Alright, and without further ado, let's get started. So from your FreeNAS menu or panel, you navigate it down to plugins and available in Nextcloud. We're gonna install it, and I'm gonna use DXCP, just make it easy, but you can set static if you wanted to. Just make sure that you know what you're doing. Right off the bat, you see that it's using a MySQL or SQL file version 5.6. I've seen there are a bunch of tutorials floating around on the internet. They're using a different database program, I'll say. It's works fine. It's just different people have different preference and like how you like the way that they choose to use different database program. My SQL or my SQL, probably one of the popular one. It should take a minute. Should be done in a minute. Once you finish the installations, you can run the post installation script, and it's gonna output some data. So because they try to make it simple, it's setting up everything for you and automatically generating the username and password for the database for the MySQL. So we're just gonna go ahead and copy the info, because you're gonna need it later for to set it up the Nextcloud. I'm gonna open up Notepad and put it in there for now. Alright, let me minimize that. And the admin portal is that one, and you can access the admin portal by clicking in the three vertical circle dot or the options, and you go to management. You're gonna open up the it automatically put in the IP address for you. That's a lazy way to do it. And you set up a username and a password. Make sure that you got a strong password. It depends what kind of data you using. It's critical to have a strong password. If you have a lot of sensitive data, make sure that you create a strong password. Not just good, like have to be like excellent or strong. Storage database, I'm gonna keep at the default folders because it doesn't really matter for me. I already have the FreeNAS server, which all my data are gonna be stored on FreeNAS. So after we set up the Nextcloud, I'll show you how to mount the external storage. And I think that most of people want to do it that way, because the data folder, if it's located within the IO cache, it's not going to be accessible for everybody, or perhaps yourself on different platform on the computers. If you just want to access to that folder instead of logging in on the Nextcloud, keep it external the best way. And that one we're gonna need the info that it generated earlier. So database user at the DB admin, and that the password. So we'll put in here DB admin and copy and paste the passwords. And database names is gonna be Nextcloud. And because I'm just gonna keep it local setup, I'm gonna keep everything at default, just a local host. And finish setup. Cancel. Not now. You see two dialog popping up. That because I'm using one password, and I'm kind of in a way of switching to the sticky note passwords. Not sure what it's called. Sticky password. So sticky password is one time you pay for lifetime subscriptions. You don't have to pay monthly like one passwords. I'm not gonna say that it that initiative as the one password. I think one password better, but monthly subscription. I'm not a fan of monthly subscription. It not expensive for a single user, but it kinda is for family. So for that reason, I'm kind of switching to a sticky password. For those you don't know what it is, it's just a password manager. You have a bunch of username and password. The best way to keep it using the password manager, it can give you like option to like generate a strong password. Well, strong password come with a pain. You have to remember it. For that reason, I have to use the password managers. There are a lot of options out there. It's just personal reference how you like it. And all right, kind of up top it a little bit. All right, let's get to it. So now we got everything set up. Nextcloud good to go, but as you noted up here, it's not HTTPS because HTTPS is not enforced by default if you're using the official plugin. I don't know why they do that. It probably because Nextcloud has their own box that everything's set up, security, everything good to go. You're able to go online with it, everything. Probably why they don't want to enforce HTTPS, let you figure the thing out. If you don't know, just buy their box. It's easy. I don't know what the reason behind it, but that leaves you vulnerable for a man-in-the-middle attack. Alright, so let's open up terminal. I'm keep saying terminal. If you notice, I say terminal a lot instead of a command prompt because I actually use my Mac more than my Windows PC. I only use my Windows PC to making tutorial. Why? I'm not familiar with Final Cut Pro, and the file produced by Final Cut Pro, yeah, is high quality, but at the same time it's huge file. So I'm using Adobe Premiere and After Effects. So for that reason, most of my tutorial I'm making is on Windows. Alright, so first let establish the connection to our FreeNAS. So the command will be edit h and the username and the IP address of the host or the full qualified domain name. If you log in on edit the first time, they're gonna ask you yes or no to create a new entry in a Windows host file to add it in the what you call that certificate. All right. So we're gonna log in on the Nextcloud console using the IO cache command. So IO cache console and Nextcloud. Oh, I spelled it wrong, that's why. IO cache console .NET file. Alright, so notice how root at FreeNAS is changed to root at Nextcloud. So there's only one program that we're gonna need. Actually, you don't need it. We can modify it using the command CLI or command line interface. However, I just want to see what on my configuration file as in the text editors. It's easier that way and easy to show you, and that's where you know what you write into your configuration file too, and you're not gonna mess up anything. So let me show you where I get this program from. So in the last couple of videos, I think I showed you guys Freshports before. That kind of like official what you call it, not distribution but repo for FreeBSD. So here are the official package they submitted here, and they're tracking the versions and how you install the package. They have the command for it. So the utility or the package we're gonna add it in is it's called Nano. It's a text editor. So the configuration file, you need some kind of text editor or CLI to write the to modify it. It's easy to use the Nano. So to install this port, you're gonna use that command, but before you do that, we need to do the we need to update the index, port index. So we're gonna do a pkg for package and update that if all right, all the rebels, I can't say it. All right, so all the repo is up to date, and let the extract it. So port snap fetch extract. So what does command do? It's gonna download the package, extract, and it generate a new index file with all the updated ports from FreeBSD. So we're able to as you noted right here, the command is cd and it change to ports. So if you're not updating ports and the Nano is not included in the ports, you're gonna see the error saying that the directory is not found or something like that. Okay, basically you have to use the cd command. So that's what the port snap extract do. They rebuild the index to make sure that you have the directory for that one. So we're gonna copy this one and waiting for their new index. All right, so we're gonna paste that command, and before you hit enter, add it in the batch equal yes. So what that does is every time the dialog pop up asking you to confirm yes or no or okay, it's gonna automatically click for you. If you don't put that in, every time it have a dialog, that thing gonna pop up and you're not gonna say yes or no, it's just gonna stuck there. So by doing this, you can let it run, let it finish. It's gonna take some time, so that's the best way to do it. Just let it run, it automatically hit yes every time. There are a lot of tutorials out there. would they put it together into a script. You run the script and it execute a command, basically do everything for you. If you learning about networking and stuff, or you love just to have a knowledge, I suggest that you learn how to do things manually. It's good to have a script doing everything for you, but at the same time, what the fun of learning, right? And if you're using script, make sure that you go over the script and see what it do to your system. Because it's a dangerous game that you execute as unknown script. You don't know what people put in there. Alright, so now we got the Nano text editor. Let's put the CD to go back to our original directory or to the root folder. And first we're gonna make the new folder and directory so we can generate an open SSL certificate. So the command gonna be make dir or make directory usr attached to the new folder. So user local and etc ssl and nginx and enter. Now we have a folder create. Next we're gonna change the directory to this folder. We're just gonna copy it and do the cd command. Now we're in that folder. So now let's generate a SSL. So I'm just gonna copy the command. It's too long and I'm stuck at typing anyway. So open SSL, number of day 350, 3650 day. Why? I don't want to keep renew it every year. It's up to you how many days you're gonna want to put in there. And if you notice for the tutorial, I'm using OpenSSL. If you're looking for Let's Encrypt, this is not the tutorial for you. Why do I use Let's Encrypt? I do not have a domain that support auto create of text record, and for that reason I cannot use Let's Encrypt. Can I use it? Yes, absolutely. However, because my domain name, I using Google domain name, and it only support the manual create of text record, and for that reason, every time Let's Encrypt renew, I have to go and then manually edit it, which is every 90 days. It a pain in the ass to do that, so I'm just gonna use the self-signed certificate. What the downside of using a self-signed certificate? Let me show you real quick. So you see FreeNAS right here. Notice it's HTTPS with minute encrypt, and certificate right here. I using the FreeNAS to issue the self-signed certificate, and because it not certified by the certificate authority, that reason it red up here, even though it HTTPS, but it's not trusted, it's not certified by a certificate authority. So Let's Encrypt let you do that. It's gonna make the thing green, or you can pay for the certificate authority out there to certify the certificate for you. But I'm not taking it online too, so it's not really a concern. So right here you can name it symbol. It's just Nextcloud dot key or that out, and then Nextcloud dot CRT for a certificate. If you have you can name it whatever, it's just that remember the name, because you're gonna need it later to point it to the file, the certificate and the key when you make the modification for the configuration file, because I just want to be fancy. So I'm gonna name it with my FDNs full domain name, full FQDN, full qualified domain name. Yes. Alright, and hit enter. Country name US. Yes, US. State California. City beautiful sunny San Diego. Organization name, you can name it whatever you want. Organizational unit name. Common name or full qualified domain name. Email address. Don't put your email address here unless you want people to see it. This info is just fill in for the certificate, so when you click on the certificate info, it's gonna show up this thing. Keep in mind that this setting is for self-site certificate only. If you actually using it a full qualified domain name and you're gonna get her online, or what you said, using Let Encrypt, then the setup might be a little different, but this is for a self-site certificate. Alright, so now we got the key and the certificate. Let's edit the permission a little bit. I already have the text file and I'm lazy to typing anyway, so I'm just gonna do the command. And right here, just changes to whatever that you name it, and hit enter. And just to make sure that we have both the key and the certificate, we'll do the list command on ls to see what file we have on this directory. Alright, so we got the nextcloud.miniwin.org certificate, and the other one is the key. So that we're done with the self-site certificate. Let's edit the next step is to edit the config file for Nginx. Not sure how you pronounce it. When using the Nano command, let's go back to the root folder, cd, and Nano, and then the patch to the folder user local etc Nginx, and Nginx.config. Actually, one thing. So in the file And Nextcloud, if you go to the setting and you go to the overview, you can run the security check real quick. And these are the issues that they found. Just for your information, for the tutorial, I'm only gonna show you how to fix the how to enforce the HTTPS and fix one of this line item, the second one for the PHP Dot Ini File. I haven't spent time to figure out how to fix the PHP, but I'm sure if you wander around the internet and looking for the Nextcloud forum, somebody gonna show you how to fix it. But the most important thing is to enforce the HTTPS. Alright, let's go back to our command prompt. Inner. Oh, forgot to click on it. That's why it's not working. What's going on here? There you go. Huh. Okay, let's run it again. Why is the empty file? Make sure I got the correct directory for it. Oh, yeah, because it not config. I got the file wrong. There you go. Now it's open up. Next thing is to enforce the HTTPS. So just right in here, we're gonna create a new entry. Alright. So for this thing, I already create a text file, and it's gonna be included in the descriptions. You just copy it and paste it in here. Oops. Alright. It's not really working with the Control V. Let me make sure that I didn't mess anything up. You see right here on the bottom corner right, it says Control X for X's. So that's what I'm gonna do, and N for no. I'm not gonna make a modification to it, just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. Cause Control V is not only work on the command prompt, and I keep forgetting that because I'm using Mac most of the time, and it only work on Mac. Alright, so for just right there, and we're gonna paste the new line in it. So server, listen to port 80 and listen to port 80, but this is IPv4 and this is IPv6, just in case you have IPv6 enabled. And server name, you can put in here nextcloud.local, or just keep it all together. If you don't have FQDN or full qualified domain name, you can skip the first and second line. But I suggest you should do it because nobody want to put in an IP address every time you want to log in a server. It just sucks, and it's hard to remember. Alright, so when we done that, we're gonna hit Control X to access again, but this time we're gonna hit Y for yes, modify, and just hit enter, and it write all the changes to your config file. Next one, we're gonna modify the configuration file for the nextcloud.config. There you go. And we're gonna do this. Oops. We're gonna delete it out this entry right here. And paste it in here. Alright, so now listen to port 443 SSL. Server name, change it to yours. SSL certificate and SSL key. Let's add another space in here just to make it pretty easy to look to. There you go. So the first one, at the certificate, make sure that you change it to whatever that you named it earlier when we create a open SSL certificate. Same thing for the key. Let's light the thing up to make it a little bit nicer. Oh, actually I need to delete it out. Actually copy the server twice. There you go. Oh, nice and pretty. And Control X to access and Y for yet to write all the changes, and hit enter. Alright, good to go. Next step, let restart the Nextcloud. Alright, it's up. Let's go to management again. And as you see right here, HTTPS, because I already enforced HTTPS, and because I have added the domain FQDN of full qualified domain name. That's why it automatically redirect me to the nextcloud.miniwin.org. And as you see right here, the certificate nextcloud.miniwin.org, and you hit on the detail, see all the information that we put it in earlier, country, everything is in there. Alright, and advanced, proceed. So now you're gonna have an issue with the access to untrusted domain. If you're using the IP address, then it's gonna let you in. Oh, actually it's not, because I already set it to forward it to the remember when we changed the return 301 HTTPS server, if you add it in that one, then it automatically redirect you to that server instead of using the IP address. And if you do that, one more step that we need to do. Alright, if you hit the arrow up key, it's gonna repeat the last command so we can log back and reopen the Nextcloud IOK console. Alright, so now we are back. We're gonna need to add it in the FQDN in order to the trusted domain. So what we're gonna do is edit the config PHP file. And you see right here at the trusted domain, we're gonna add it in our domain name in there. Let's copy this one, make it easy. And go to the end, create a new entry. Oh no, I only use Control V because I get used to Macs. Alright, so So we change it to number 1 and put in there the domain name Nextcloud Ini File. Don't forget the comma at the end. Alright, once you done that, Control X and Y for yes and hit enter. And let's go back to refresh the Nextcloud. And bam! Now you can log in with the username and password that you created earlier. Locking you in. Alright, I'm gonna go back to setting and overview. Alright, so the security warning for HTTP enforcing HTTPS is gone. The next step, I'm gonna show you how to fix this one because easy. I haven't figured out how to do it with the PHP yet, but I'm sure it's out there. You can Google it. So in order to do that, we're gonna modify the. Let's go back to the command prompt. Modify the PHP Dot Ini File. So we're gonna using the Nano command again. And directory to that one gonna be usr local etc that php dot ini. Alright, and let's see what they wanted to change. We're gonna do want to copy that one. You see this is 1937 lines. I'm not gonna go through all that. Using a command control and W, and I'm gonna paste it in here. Search for that. Bam, there you go. So OPcache enable equal 1. OPcache enable equal 1. Yes. Enable CLI equal 1 0 right here. By the way, in order to enable it, we have to remove the semicolon in front. Delete it and delete it and change the value to 1. Memory consumption 128, so default value. We just have to enable it by deleting the semicolon. Intern string buffer A, so default value. Just have to delete the semicolon. Alright, what next? Sorry, the file 10,000. Delete the semicolon. And what next? Validated timestamp, no. Set common. Revalidated freelance. Equal 1. And Apache is common 1. Alright, and that's it. Enter. And let's refresh it. Let's see that fix. Oh, okay. So we actually have to restart my SQL server. So let's do that in FreeNAS and restart the Nextcloud to see the changes took effect. Alright, and let's refresh it. That's it, the warning is gone. And just like that, you can Google the rest of the issue security setup warning. I'm sure you can find the way to fix this around the Nextcloud forum, but I just want to show you the most important one to enforce HTTPS. I don't want to track the video too long, so I'm going to keep the external storage set up as well as how to set it up on your iOS device such as your iPad or iPhone in the next tutorial. If you think the video is helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like. And if you have new video suggestions, leave them in the comment below or contact me. Thank you, one of the YouTube viewer out there that actually suggested me to make the Nextcloud video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.